1,000 subs is elitist, man. You know?
What? Wait, what?
It's not joking.
Yeah.
Now I gotta explain it to me.
No, we were just talking a minute ago, and it was just like,
Is that seriously how some of the lower subscribers feel?
I don't know.
I was about to say that's pretty
I mean, I used to be there like a year ago, and I was like, fuck everyone. No one likes me. Why? How must I hold myself to get this done?
But Falcon, dude, you're the #1 Dorohedoro fanboy. You can't give up.
I know. So, I continued on like a shonen protagonist.
Recommendation master. He's got those great intros, man.
Yeah, I know. But honestly, I want your guys' opinion on something. It's something that bothered me with my anime club. I've told Hero, but honestly, what do you think about my sunglasses?
I don't have a problem with that or anything.
You mean like the style? You mean like the glasses you're wearing?
The glasses itself, do they look fine?
They look fine to me. You rock them pretty well, man. Not everyone can.
Oh, okay. See, my anime club, they actually started shitting on me because my sunglasses. They're just like, man, fuck those glasses. They look whack. Like, why? Both of my glasses.
Look, man. When it comes to any kind of criticism, even if it's amateurish, they should kind of focus on the content rather than the nuances of the presentation. Because if he's harping on just the sunglasses, what about your review of the actual series? It's probably a little more important.
That's what I'm wondering. No, because sometimes I bring my sunglasses to club meetings just for the lulz. But I'm just wondering, do I really have shitty sunglasses? Have I wearing shitty sunglasses this whole time?
They just don't get it, man. They just don't get it, man.
They're not old enough to get it, Falcon, man.
They don't get it. It's elitist, man.
Some of them are older than me. Yeah, they're just elitist, man.
They're too old to understand you, Falcon, man.
Yeah,
they're mentally young.
they're too old and too young.
Fuck. I'm playing games, sorry. Ignore me.
What's playing?
So are we really going with this topic of just...
Yeah,
Okay, because...
Wait, hold on, Hero. If you mind if you step back, that can be the intro, but please, would you allow me to do the official intro for the video?
Well, I was gonna request that, actually, to do an introduction for everybody.
You were going to request that of me?
Yes. Jeez.
Oh, you know what? Hero, I know you can't see it, but that makes me feel good right here.
Well, I hope it's your heart and not like,
Yeah, imagine where it is. No, but let me tell you.
No swings tonight, please.
What is the topic, actually?
Yeah, what are we talking about? Did we have a list that we were talking about a minute ago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got the list. If I didn't click, no, fuck, I clicked off of it.
One was like Samurai Jack. One was like
Samurai Jack, 90s Shonen, Logan. There was one more. Hold on. Oh yeah, underrated anime villains and community hatred.
Okay, sounds fun.
I think we can knock them all out tonight.
Yeah, let's just go down the whole list, man. Although I haven't seen Logan, I'm kind of ashamed of myself. So,
Actually, me neither. I haven't seen it.
I told you, I'm really behind.
What is wrong with you guys?
Super behind.
I still haven't seen Kubo.
I saw Kubo. Okay, I saw Kubo. That's.
Did you see Kubo? Okay, well,
I didn't see
he
Kubo.
got more voice than right now.
I
watched both of Peters.
I will say, loved Kubo, but there were, some aspects of the story were a little rushed. But outside of that, could have been maybe another 30 minutes, and I would have been fine with it.
Oh yeah, I could have done that. Yeah.
But outside of that, I think it was just an amazing film, and I'm so glad I saw it, although late.
Well, I'm glad you saw it, but I really would like it if you saw Logan, because I think you'd like it, man.
Yeah, I know I'd like Logan. I just haven't had a chance. I don't know why.
Ah, man, so much rage is boiling. Okay, we got our topics. Okay, gotcha. Let me know when you're ready.
Well, I've been ready for a while, man. Just do it.
I'm not just ready. I'm ready, Freddy.
He's ready for it. Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Phantom Group discussion. So I'm Merlin the Mighty. You guys know I've got a couple great people here with me. I've got Mr. Zoro Fanboy.
Great is a bit of an overstatement, but I appreciate the sentiment.
All right, I'm glad. Of course, you guys know the anime hero.
Yay, me.
And let's not forget the superhero himself, Mr. Falcon Punch 996.
Oh yeah, I'm the superhero.
What the hell? I thought I was a hero here.
Well, he's the anime hero. He might not necessarily be a superhero. You never know. But he's
Hey, I
ultimately
made a superhero vid, man. What the fuck?
You made one?
Yeah, the superhero anime.
No, you're look, you're the hero. You're the hero of my heart. And
Oh.
No, but we got a couple topics for you tonight. Got a couple on the lineup. What was the first thing you guys want to talk about, Hero?
Bitches.
Who's got the list?
Because we got a list prepared. We came organized tonight. It's rare.
No, well, a little, yeah.
Semi-organized.
Okay, yeah.
Just let me pull up that list because
Thank you, Scribe Falcon.
Yeah.
The Phantom official scribe for tonight.
Yay.
Yeah, pass it to Merlin Falcon, he's
I
right
know
over
one of them
there.
was 90s anime. Isn't one of them 90s anime?
Yeah, there's
Manga
90s
or
Shonen
Shonen
Jump.
Oh, there
Yeah, 90s Shonen Jump. You got that. And I
Right.
got the list of the Shonen Jump anime.
Okay.
The 90s. So let me just, I'll just link it to all of you.
All
It's
right.
Wikipedia.
Link it. Don't you mean aren't we all in the same room, Falcon? I mean, just pass it to Merlin. Just don't need to link it. Just pass it over.
Yeah, I'll just, I printed some copies,
This is a really behind the scenes, like you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, we are professional.
This is gonna all be edited out, so don't
No, raw behind the scenes.
just the way I like.
Yeah.
Raw like sushi.
What was your favorites? I mean, we have a decent idea. We were talking a little bit about the 90s manga series, the Shonen Jump manga series. What was your guys' favorites from the 90s? Just off the top of your head, without looking at the list.
Okay, so
shit.
wait, are we look through this list like 3 times?
Well,
I'm gonna admit it.
the other guys weren't spoiled by the list.
Alright. Fuck me, am I right?
I give you so much responsibility, man. Come on.
Merlin, you first, man. I'm putting it all on you, man. Intro.
All right. Okay, fine. All right. Well, I guess we'll go anime and manga. I'll list a couple off that I can think of. I mean, we've talked about a couple of these before, but there are some that really stand out for me. I mean, one of the classics, of course, Yu Hakusho. I think we can all agree that was pretty great. Actually, and it's kind of funny. The thing about Hakusho is that it's always kind of had this like weird status. I wanted to kind of get you guys' thoughts about it because I feel like when I came on the YouTube anime community, a lot of people really seem to appreciate Hakusho, like Z and stuff. Like, there are a lot of everybody that like I guess grew up maybe in that time where it was on Cartoon Network, kind of around Toonami, with Dragon Ball. I feel like Yu Hakusho's popularity was really strong, but I guess it was maybe because it was too short, and a lot of people seem to think that it's like overshadowed by Dragon Ball Z. But I don't know. I feel like the quality's always been better in terms of a lot of aspects of the story. I think we can all kind of agree with that. But it's like whenever people talk about big shonen action series, for some reason Hakusho's like never one of the first ones mentioned. It eventually comes up, but it's kind of underappreciated. Even though it is considered a classic, and I really like it, you never find it. Like I'm looking at the top list here; it's not even recommended. I mean, I think that's ridiculous.
Well,
But
I think there's one reason for it, at least for people watching it around that time period, is that Yu Hakusho never got to finish properly airing on Cartoon Network. Well, not in the usual standards because they stopped airing it around the Chapter Black Saga before it properly finished, and then the episodes would air like very early morning, around like somewhere between 2 to 4 in the morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so people wouldn't be able to see them right away. They would have to like purchase the DVDs or VHS tapes at the time because internet wasn't really up there yet.
Not quite. No.
I've always said that Hakusho for me was always, for other people it was Dragon Ball Z. For me it was Hakusho. I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z. Don't get me wrong, but I always felt like Hakusho just did more for me personally. So the fact that people beloved DBZ to a certain extent, I understand it. It has more of a broader appeal, I guess. I would say. I don't know. It's kind of hard to really pin down. I guess Hiro kind of touched on it with the exposure issue, but I feel like with Hakusho, it's more, I think, story-driven, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll say
More
Hakusho is a bit more mature, too.
Yeah, and Dragon Ball Z, you can pick that up anywhere, and a lot of people hear their story that I watched from the Frieza saga on, or I watched from the, if you pick up Hakusho at Chapter Black, you're gonna be missing a lot of stuff. It's gonna, it's not as easy to just pick off right at a random point and just get into the series as it was for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z more specifically. So I think that's one aspect of it that people kind of that's one of the reasons why it had a little bit more success, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you compare the two and ask people who've seen both an honest question about each series and which is just better written. I think most people would probably go with Hakusho. I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm.
Yeah, no, I
am I
can see
wrong?
that.
Do you think I'm wrong in that? I'm curious.
No, I agree.
No, I mean, I think you're right. I think that is definitely an advantage that Z had because you're right. Because, I mean, there's definitely a lot of good story in Dragon Ball. We've talked about that plenty of times, but you're right. The way it's divided, it's kind of like, it's such a big, expanding universe. It's kind of like a lot of one of these really long-running series, like even like a classic sci-fi like Doctor Who or Star Trek, where as long as you get the basic idea of the lore, you can jump in and kind of enjoy like a particular arc. Whereas Hakusho, I think because of that shorter length, which it's pretty long for like an action series, but most shonen shows tend to go much longer, but that makes it a little more accessible because you can jump in at a certain point. Hakusho, you're right, because of that a tighter story, more focus on the characters, you're right. If you dropped in at one of the later sagas, like if you try to drop in at the final arc, with the potential Demon War, you can't. You'll be really confused about everything because they really lay the groundwork in that early arc like a typical story does. So you're right, that might have something to do with it.
I have one of the advantages where I saw it from almost the beginning. I didn't see it from Yusuke's death, but I saw it basically. I think it was Kuwabara episode with him being blackmailed or whatever. I think that was the first episode I saw of Hakusho, and that was pretty early on. That's really early on. So
it's like episode 5 or something.
Yeah, I was very lucky in that regard. So that's how I got into it. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got into Hakusho late. I remember it was kind of funny because it was one of those shows that I actually didn't have full access to cable growing up, so it was kind of lucky that I even got to watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z, and I owe my mom for that. Begging her for the VHS tapes, 3 or 4 episodes at a time, but she knew how much I loved it, and so that's the only reason I caught on to that. But I missed a lot of the shows and came back to it later. And Hakusho is one of those ones I got into like a couple of years back around the time I met you guys. And I was like, try to get into it initially, and I had a bit of a hard time, but once you get past, like, into that first arc, I mean, it really hooked me, and I really do think it's a very good show. I just kind of wish that it was a little more popular. It might be like one of those instances where maybe a new adaptation or maybe a special or something might reinvigorate some interest in the series.
Yeah, definitely, like what they did with Hunter x Hunter in the 2011 series, do that with Hakusho, man, you guarantee to have a fan base that's rabid.
Maybe you guys can answer this. So maybe it's just because of the level of accessibility for media now. But I just find it interesting. We brought it up before, but like whenever there's a new interpretation around the show, it's like people sweep onto this new fandom. They go back and they absorb everything. It's like they just need to have something more in the modern era with some more flashy animation to get them drawn in. But it could be a really good show anyway.
Yeah, it's exposure, man.
I like that Berserk.
Ooh, yeah.
And different topic, But yeah, I'm talking too much. What do you guys think?
About Hakusho as a whole, or just
or other shows? I mean, I could go down a couple. I mean, actually, let me ask you. What do you guys think about Case Closed? Would you guys say that qualifies as like classic '90s good show, or not?
Yeah, really? Well, its exposure though was more like in the
into it. I couldn't.
Yeah, the exposure for it though, it's more greater in Japan than it is over here, with honesty.
Is that also because of like translation issues or?
That's one of the reasons, but I think the biggest one is that Funimation never continued dubbing it. They only dubbed like barely 100 some episodes out of the 700 that there is right now. So yeah.
Yeah, there's that, and then the fact that it's just too fucking long.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Funimation does One Piece. I mean,
well, like, One Piece is different though,
because
from what I could, because at least One Piece has like an ongoing story. From what I gathered from Case Closed, it's just a bunch of random mysteries, and then the side mysteries, the dude needs to find the black organization and turn back to being his normal self or something like that.
That's like the main story, I guess, but how often do they come back to that? I didn't really catch many. I thought it was just episodic mostly.
Plots come in, but they're like very rare in circumstance. That's basically, you need a cheat sheet to find out which episodes are like very plot related and which aren't.
You got to get me one of those, well, actually, there are some sites that have those with the whole anthology, like with the Gintama one, breaking it
Yeah,
down.
the Gintama one. I think almost every anime needs a website like that.
Yeah, there is one. There is one that I think there is a site that is out there available for people that want to get into like long running shows that does tell you which ones are canon and which ones are filler. I forget the name of it, but it was kind of like that, but it wasn't quite like the Gintama one, because I really liked how that divided it by arcs and gave a read description and like kind of gave different options for the episodes. That was made it a lot easier to get into, honestly.
Yeah. So have you gotten into it, Merlin? How far have you gotten?
Oh, well, okay, well, now I won't get too sidetracked here, but I do kind of want to get back into Gintama, but the thing was, everybody was hyping up that one arc, the last one I looked at, and then I just was like, I got disappointed by that.
Oh, fair enough.
Which arc was that?
It was the one which the other version was the first movie.
Yeah, the Benny Zakuro, yeah.
I mean, everyone was hyping it up, and I was like, I didn't think it was that great.
Okay, I perfectly relate with that. That was me getting into Gintama. Because when I first got into Gintama, like the first handful of episodes, I'm like, I guess it's kind of funny, but like I'm not really seeing what's the hype. Because like when I was getting into Gintama, at first I thought it was an action series because I watched the openings online. And, some of those openings, fuck.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, I did like Gintama for the most part. I just kind of dropped it for a little bit. But I mean, I will say, Zoro, I really did like the kind of the world and the mythology around it. I kind of wanted to then get deeper into that because I kind of like the fusion of the feudal stuff with the alien stuff. You know what I mean?
If I'm being honest, the world building isn't Gintama's greatest strong suit. If I'm being completely honest, would you say that's true?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Characters.
I didn't get super far, but you know what arc I actually preferred better than Benny Zakuro?
What's that?
Was the one with her father. What was his name?
The
Omibozu?
Yeah, Omibozu. Like that, I really liked that arc because that arc, I mean, it had a lot of good action. It had some really good drama. It really fleshed out her character. I really liked his character. I thought that arc was awesome. That was so far, that was the pinnacle. Benny Zakuro, I thought maybe if I watched the movie version, maybe it would be.
I mean, the only reason why people kind of cling to Benny Zakuro is like one of the first kind of like main arcs, I guess you can say, in the story. Mm-hmm. It's like one of the. It's not necessarily the best. I think nobody would put Benny Zakuro in their top 5 favorite Gintama arcs.
Really?
I wouldn't either. Because there's Yoshiaura and Flames and the 4 Deva arc, all those.
There's quite a lot of. I can think of quite a bit. The Spider. There's quite a bit.
All right. Well, so you guys think I should keep going past that then?
I mean, it's up to you ultimately, but I would say that, if people hyped up Benny Zakuro to be like pinnacle of Gintama,
they did. They acted like it was the best it had to offer.
That's just kind of like the first step towards it being having that kind of duality of the comedy and the serious kind of action aspect to it.
Okay.
But
I can relate because when I was getting into Gintama, it was like the same thing. We were watching. I finally got to the Ben Zakuro arc, and I watched the whole thing. And like I kind of left kind of disappointed with it. I'm like it had its moments, but I don't think it was the greatest thing ever.
No.
But then I kept
I remember
on. I think it was after that. That's when I really started getting attached to Gintama because at that point I've seen everything it could do, and then I was more open to the comedy, the characters, and then when it got to the action arcs, the more serious arcs,
right?
Then those really those got better in quality as they went along.
Definitely. It's kind of hard because, I mean, each Gintama fan I know, a lot of them watch the series for different reasons. And that's not kind of unique to Gintama and maybe a couple other series where, I mean, there's just so many different kind of aspects to the story. Some people like it for its comedy. Some people like it for its action and more drama aspects. Or, there's a very kind of wide range of things to enjoy. So I don't know exactly when that moment will be for you if it comes. But if Benny Zakuro is not like your cup of tea, that's completely understandable. But there's a lot of great stuff to come past that, in my opinion. I think that's just like the starting off point that a lot of people say is like the milestone of Gintama's kind of ride.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I was enjoying it for the most part. I might. Who knows? Maybe I'll get back and do some of those reviews because those were fun to do. I mean, I kind of find Gintama fascinating because of like why it's popular. It's kind of like this collection of different ideas representing all of Shonen and being very commentative on just the Shonen narratives and the fan bases and the tropes. I find it kind of amusing.
It definitely is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to tell you I won't be like, you got to. Why do you not like it? I can't guarantee you'll love it. but I did. So again, we'll see.
Yeah. Again, for me, like, it took a while. Like, I would actually probably say after Benny Zakura is when I started. Because, like, when I was first watching it, I'm like, yeah, it's an alright show. But for some reason, even though I felt it was alright, I still felt the need to keep on watching episodes. Like in the back of my head, it just kept on digging in until, like, finally, like, okay, this is, like, the best show ever.
So what would you say was that moment that you're like,
It
okay.
was like, it wasn't really a particular moment, because like I said, like, even though I was, like, in the beginning, I was feeling like it was an alright show, for some reason, deep down, I still felt the need, like, to just keep on watching more and more. Like, I think it was, like,
Right.
one summer,
photography got into it, though.
yeah.
Like, what arc was the arc? You're like, okay, now I understand.
See, I watched it from the beginning, and then after Benny Zakura, like, I would say after Benny Zakura, the more episodes I watched, I kind of, like, settled in more and more of the series itself. Like, it wasn't this particular arc or episode.
Right.
I began to understand the series more, and then, I don't know if quality improved or not, it just felt like it got funnier to me, and then I started getting more and more attached to the characters, and then eventually, all the arcs came out, and I think the next series arc was Yoshiwara. I'm not sure.
I gotta check the reference again. It's been a while.
Yoshiwara and Flames arc, that was like, holy shit.
That's probably my favorite. It's hard to say my favorite because there's so many good arcs. Yoshiwara and Flames, like, that's probably one where I'd say if you didn't enjoy that, then you probably wouldn't like Gintama. That's tough to not like that one.
Yeah, for me, it's between Yoshiwara and the Fudeva arc. Those two are like...
But come on, the Shogun Assassination arc is really good too.
No, yeah, that one's like long as fuck. It's like the longest.
It's long, but it's man, is it worth it? For me, it's so it's so good.
So good.
Well, I do know. Pretty big fan of it. Let's see.
Yeah, we got a little stuck on Gintama. We're talking about 90s.
No, but, well,
back to the
there's a couple other like classics here that we could definitely mention. I mean, I think we all could agree that Trigun definitely falls under that list.
Oh yeah. Well, we're talking about animes now.
Well, no, it was a manga.
I know, but I don't know if you're talking about the manga or the anime. So
I mean, I guess people. I don't know. I mean, people. I heard a lot of people say they prefer the manga. That's not uncommon.
right. I think
Really?
Right?
I'm not sure.
He's not here right now, but
Wait, what?
I think the anime is probably more popular, but I mean, I know some people say the manga was pretty influential for its time. Would you say those not?
I'm not sure, because I read the manga, both the original and then its continuation, Maximum.
The seinen one, right?
Yeah, the same. Well, it was Shonen first, and then it moved on to seinen because of magazine changes. Which is interesting. But I don't know. I always preferred the anime, even the ending to the anime, which is very similar to the ending of Maximum. So I'm not sure if like the author gave them ideas like, oh yeah, this is how I plan on ending it, and then they just took that idea and adjusted it, or vice versa. But I just always preferred the anime because like the problem with me with the manga, especially with Trigun Maximum, like the author's comedy is really weird.
I think his more serious aspects of his series is probably the stronger point. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but my initial impression of Trigun was I didn't really like the comedic parts of it too much, and then once it got serious, that's when I really got into it.
Because like I didn't mind it in the beginning, but like in the manga later on down the line, it would be like a really serious scene, and then someone would just make like a random goofy face, and it's just like, why are you doing this? And
to be honest, well, Falcon. To be honest, though, I mean that's not just the fault of that author, because I mean a lot of the that's a lot of tropes that are just common in manga. They'll do that a lot of the time.
I mean, yeah, it's true, but like, I guess, but it was just. I just feel like, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. All right, so Trigun. All right, maybe the anime is more popular, but there was a manga-related question I did want to ask Hiro because he's being so quiet over there.
Yeah, I just barely got back.
he said he's. Oh, there you are.
Okay, Hiro. All right, I'm looking at the list here for like '90s manga series. Now, we briefly discussed this one and your frustrations with it. It was pretty prominent in the '90s. Well, what are your thoughts on the Guyver manga, Hiro?
Oh. Well, technically it's older than 90s. It's actually 84.
Hold on. Well, apparently, I guess oh, you know what? I guess there was a version that came out, but even that says 89. You know what? This list is bad. No, I'm seeing stuff all over that. Some of the stuff isn't even shonen. I think Sailor Moon is not a shonen.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure Sailor Moon's not a shonen.
No, but it is a popular
It's not?
90s manga, though. Well, what about Kenshin? I mean, that's several.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about Kenshin. That's
Talk about Kenshin.
I don't know. I feel like
That
we
was
just
a
talk.
shoujo.
Just talk about anything. Just talk about anything. I don't care.
Well,
Bad.
the anime wasn't bad.
yeah,
Well-
I would say it's a strong word, bad, but it's maybe not as good as its counterparts. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I
Especially
only read the manga, so I wouldn't know about the anime.
inconsistent.
Well, actually, we're gonna talk about Kenshin.
Tentacles, man.
We're gonna talk about Kenshin. I kind of wanted to say this earlier with the set of Conan before like my dog started barking. The thing is with Conan is that there are like plot related events, but it takes fucking forever. And then as the show progresses, it becomes more of a romance rather than crime mystery. And it's not just a romance between one character, the main character, and the main girl. No, it's a romance with every fucking character in the show. They're like more characters keep coming in, more characters start getting shipped, and none of them's willing to make like the real decision of starting the actual relationship. They're always like hesitant about it because.
No.
But I know
There's
the
no
reason
part-
why, because the author is not sure whether to make something permanent yet, and that's a lot of insecurities that you can tell that he's having.
But see, that kind of sucks though. If you're going like 1,000+ chapters and you still have those insecurities, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And
You've
that's
been
kind of.
going on for years. Throw your fans a bone or something.
Yeah, like you're not writing a story, to get acceptance from your fans. I mean, you are to a certain extent, but you got to write the story. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid of what they're gonna say. You can't. You got to have the stones to do it. What you got
Well,
to do.
I know that a lot of authors, though, especially when they get invested into a work, I mean, they do become reliant on the success based upon what their fans think.
It is
So,
their livelihood. They're making their living off of it.
yeah, and there's that whole classic debate of, they might want to have the story go a certain direction, or they might want to end it soon or extend it, but they might give in to their fans because they want to keep on making a living and make their fans happy, but, that's where some of that struggling might come in. So, I don't know if it's fair to say that, it's like, oh man, they should just do, it might not always be that easy,
I know. I'm not
guess.
I mean, if your series was good enough on its own, based on what you created, to get to that point in the first place, then you shouldn't question your own judgment. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I think the fans would understand, and again,
Right.
it's 1,000+ chapters. It has a fan base. People do like it. The anime's still ongoing. It gets yearly movies,
Yeah,
plays,
movie
TV
every year.
specials. I'm pretty sure some characters hooking up are not going to jeopardize that.
And you gotta take some risks.
And then, again, there's so many fangirls and fanboys out there, shipping wars, this, that, the other. Wouldn't that, increase popularity? I don't know. I'm not in the manga industry. What do I
I feel like it's not only that author, but a lot of authors are scared, especially any romance series, to really invest or to commit to certain relationships. A lot of time it's just blue balling their fan base. Are they going to get together? Are they not going to get together?
I mean, look at Ippo. Even Ippo, that's another shonen series. I mean, not Shonen Jump, but I don't think any of those relationships besides Aoki's really progressed.
Yeah, Ippo was just I don't know. The last ones I read, she's worried for Ippo, but they haven't really done anything super serious at all.
It's bro, I know her brother's scary, but you gotta get in there.
You got a big dick, Ippo. Use it.
Oh, no.
At least take her out to dinner first, man.
I know, seriously, you gotta do it right.
How could you be scared to write relationships when you wrote shit like that with the dick? That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't be afraid to just go into the. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get Ippo either because I mean,
I don't know. Might be Japanese.
yeah, I mean, because Ippo is pretty tough dude, so
Right.
she go for it.
I always question about Ippo.
What's her brother? I haven't read a lot of Ippo. What's her brother's name? It's that
Mashiba.
Ashima. That's right. The guy with the flicker, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hip
Did he beat him? Did he beat him in a fight?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
What are you scared about?
His face. I don't know. Yeah, I've honestly questioned that too. I'm you beat him in the ring, you destroyed him. What are you scared? I mean, I know he's been training, but still, you're in the end of the first series, he's the champion. You know, I'm not sure where he stands in the current manga, but dude,
Yeah,
obviously classic.
there's recent.
I've heard some things.
There's recent conflict between Ippo and Takamura because Takamura thinks that Ippo doesn't have what it takes to be like a hungry champion for for the rest of the series. So
doesn't he have some kind of like illness or something?
Yeah, he's going through like it's possible that Ippo might have punch drunk syndrome, but so far they're like vague about it. So yeah.
What we learned is
I never liked
protagonists.
The series
get
into the character. I never read Ippo for Ippo personally.
Yeah.
Well, no, see, like
his name's in the
Ippo's
title, but
inside the
whatever.
ring, he's like almost a different character, which I can somewhat understand. But like, can't you take a little bit of what's in the ring and apply it outside the ring?
Out of the real world.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, is it that hard, bro? Is it that hard?
Apparently it is for him because Takamura's really been confronting him about it a lot to the point where he started hating.
Thousands of chapters later, Takamura's like, man, I think you a bitch.
He is hating on
What was
Ippo
I
recently.
thinking under that tree, man?
Yeah.
I gotta get back into it, man. I really do. David Eagle fight was the last one I watched.
Yeah.
And I was genuinely upset with that fight. I'm not gonna get into it because I'll get mad.
I forgot where I left off in the manga. I think it was like this Ippo fight. He was fighting this one guy, and the one guy kept talking about meat through the whole fight. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tenderize meat. Yeah, I'm gonna beat you like some meat." Yeah. I forgot what fight it was, but like, what?
I think that happened in the anime already.
Oh, it happened in the anime?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty
maybe it
sure.
happened. Yeah. I didn't watch Rising, because Rising was when I started reading the manga, because I heard there was a lot of differences, so like, I fucking... And then I always get pissed off that Aoki and Kimura barely, like, win shit. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah, I remember there were some chapters that they were just like really pathetic.
I mean, at least give Kimura. I mean, he has some potential. At least I would say Aoki maybe not so much, but at least Kimura. You know,
at least like Aoki kind of has like a life. You know, he has like a restaurant. He has a girl already. So if boxing doesn't work out, you know, he kind of wins in the end.
Yeah, it kind of shows that Aoki should retire.
He had that really awesome fucking OVA that he had. That got me really like hyped for possibilities of Kimura before I knew that he didn't do shit afterwards. What was it? He fought me. Was it the
the Hitman guy.
The guy we were just talking about.
Yeah, Kimura versus Mashiba.
Yeah, Mashiba.
The thing is Aoki should retire because there was one boxing match that he lost and he had to make a bet with Takamura that it cut his hair, and because of that hairstyle he became a mascot for this broccoli thing, and he's been popular with the kids. So yeah, Aoki could just quit really.
That's good. It's kind of funny though. He got a haircut, became a broccoli mascot. Now he's popular with the kids.
Yeah, Takamura's mad about that.
Like broccoli.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of strange too. Like kids enjoy broccoli.
I don't know. I think they just like him, like as the mascot.
Yeah, I guess you don't really have to like the actual thing, but mascots, who cares?
Yeah, it was called Broccoli Man, I think.
Promote the healthy eating, man.
It's one way to do it.
That is, I guess. We got 90 Shonen to Broccoli Man.
Yeah. Welcome to the Phantom group.
Oh man.
That's the way it goes. It's pretty
It's
random.
been too long, man. You know what I'm saying? I missed it.
You gotta do it.
This stuff. So much, dude.
Well, anyways,
we gotta try and make it a more regular thing, I guess. But anyway, any more series we want to talk about before we move on to the next topic?
Okay. What else happened in the 90s? There was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh's dark as fuck.
Those that I've been reading the manga. The manga's fucked up.
Yeah.
Just like, how did this become a kids' TV series that's so beloved? Kids saw, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're hiring assassins and shit. They assassinate kids over some fucking cards. Oh.
Yugi's killing people, fucking setting guys on fire.
But in the TV show, people were losing their souls and stuff. So I mean, there was some.
Well, the thing is though, the whole soul thing was more of a censorship thing. Is more really like they were going to die.
Yeah, no, in the manga, like Yugi he just puts people in like straight up danger. Like, hey, let's play this game. Here's a scorpion, here's a shoe. We're gonna put our hands in there. I'm like, and then in the end of the chapter, I think the scorpion stings the bad guy.
Yeah,
so, like,
he does.
The bad guy's dead. And then Yugi sets people on fire.
Yeah, that's the best part.
That the soul stealing was a censorship.
Some of it.
That it was actually dead.
Some of it, yeah.
Isn't like losing your soul more scary to a kid than just dying?
I guess. I don't know. Well,
I'd rather just straight up
what's going on
quote
with
unquote lose his soul.
it depends on the chapter.
I guess kids are too stupid to know about souls.
Well,
well, you can always get it back from the Shadow Realm. Shadow Realm doesn't sound scary at all.
I mean, I don't know. For me, shadows are like, I don't know. Again, as a kid, I'm scared of everything. But yeah, that's a different story. What else was in the night? Oh, we got One Piece. You know?
Yeah, One Piece, big one.
Fuck One Piece, man.
Oh no, Zoro! How could you say that?
To be fair, One Piece didn't really seem to kick off until a bit later.
Yeah, a little bit later.
See, that's the thing with me and One Piece, though. I kind of preferred, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like One Piece now. I mean, I was kind of hitting a snag with it, but, like, recent stuff I've been liking.
Alright.
But, like, when I was going back and watching the earlier One Piece movies, I noticed, like, the comedy in, like, early One Piece was really different. Like, it was more, like, goofier, but, like, funnier at the same time. And then I kind of liked the art style in the beginning. It was, like, it was more simple, but to me it was, like, more clean to read. So, I don't know, that's just me. But, like, I always did kind of like early One Piece. And again, One Piece is what, like, really brought that drive for me to get into anime. It's like, you know, it started with Dragon Ball, and then after Dragon Ball went to One Piece, and then, like, whole new world opened.
Good man.
You know. And then, what other
night? With the comedy. I can see that with the comedy, honestly, because there was a lot of, like, really kind of funny moments in the beginning that I remember more than... Now it's just a lot of gags of characters who have, like, gimmicks. That's all.
Yeah, and then like it's like the same gag over and over again. Like early, it was like it was more creative, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just
like nowadays, it's like, oh, the joke is Luffy's stupid. Oh, the joke is Sanji likes girls.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's about gimmicks a lot and character quirks, really, more than setting up a joke and doing it properly.
And like sometimes it's funny, but like other times it's like, Oda, okay, I get it. The joke is funny.
It gets repetitive. I was getting annoyed up until a couple arcs ago with Brook and just the consistency of his or the incessancy of his skull jokes, which got a little overboard. But
I mean, I like puns, so I guess always like that's fine. But like some other characters, I'm like, I get it. He's stupid. Ha ha.
Yeah, but at least Brook is trying to tell you a joke. That's the difference.
Or it's like not even funny. It's just a character will just have a really weird ass quirk to them.
Right.
But then like the world of One Piece is just weird. People are just weird.
Yeah, they're all weird.
Everyone's a weirdo.
Yeah, pretty much. There's very few normal people in One Piece. Really. Even the normal One Piece characters are weird or something.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like all the Straw Hats are weirdos. I mean, like Nami might seem the most normal, but she got like that money issue.
Yeah, definitely.
She's a gold digger.
A gold digger. Yeah.
Like I'm almost surprised she isn't charging Luffy for just being on the crew. Hey, yeah, where's my weekly salary, bitch?
Yeah. True. I guess Robin's pretty normal.
I guess.
Robin's pretty normal, I guess, you know.
Yeah, Robin's normal.
More than anybody, I would say.
With the powers, man, you know she can get freaky.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
What else was in the 90s? We got like Shaman King, Hunter x Hunter.
Shaman King gets overlooked quite often, and I like Shaman King.
Yeah,
a lot.
it is.
I remember it was supposed to come back for a new anime, but then the author was just like, no, because we're not going to have the same music.
Same voice actors either.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, damn, bro.
That's hardcore.
That's kind of harsh. I mean, like, I kind of understand it, but like, shit.
Just getting an anime back, even if the anime isn't very good, like just getting like your name out there and getting more people introduced to it, you're gonna make so much money. Like I just think that's
yeah, it's not like the author's doing much nowadays. I think all he does now is just character designs for shows.
Yeah, the recent thing was Garl the Animation that he did the designs for.
There was that other one. There was that other series that no one liked, End Ride or something. I think he worked on that.
Like I understand, like money isn't everything and whatnot, but I mean, if it's just, I mean, standing up to your principles, I respect it and all, but if it's just for music, like, is it really
No,
worth fighting
there was
over?
another reason. It was also for
It was the voice
not being able to use the same voice actors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, supposedly he's close to them.
Well, it's been how many years since the last series? I mean, their voices might not be quite the same.
Well, the thing is, most of them are more expensive than they were back then. That's one of the reasons, because like Dio's voice actor was playing Faust back then.
Faust.
Yeah, Faust, and Megumi Hayashibara, like she's a big name now because of all the songs she does.
Yeah, music, and then Jesse.
Yeah,
Team Rocket.
yeah, she's done like a lot of characters and a lot of songs, so she's probably the most expensive out of everybody now.
Yeah, it's true.
It really is. Like, I like Shaman King quite a bit. There are very few problems I have with that series. It was a very enjoyable read.
I need to get back to finishing it because I actually left off in the middle of the tournament.
Well, the rest of it is nothing but a tournament, so.
Well, no, it was like, okay, be more specific. It was like when they uncovered the lost continent of Mu or Yu or.
Yeah,
wherever.
that's somewhere near the ending.
I kind of slipped off. But I did enjoy it.
The only problem I have with the series is a little bit too many resurrections, and dying was a common thing. Like, oh, yeah, come back, and it's like, come on.
Welcome to Shonen, buddy.
No, but there was, I mean, even for Shonen, it was egregious. Even by Shonen standards, I mean, Dragon Ball blushes when it sees Shaman King.
Well, I don't know. Hiro and I could probably outdo that with a Tokujuku Kinnikuman, because those two series don't even know what death is. It's like, death? What is that? People die? No. They just go to sleep for a bit and wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, 80s logic right there. It's kind of funny how Fist and North Star is like the total opposite of most shonen when characters die. They
Everybody
stay dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so horribly.
I think it'd be really hard in North Star unless they started using sci-fi elements, because Kenshiro blows everyone up. They're in bloody chunks when he's done with them. So unless they're all the enemies come back as cyborgs, they come back.
That'd be pretty
awesome. It's not like
awesome.
it's an advanced world that they live in. They live in fucking the post-apocalyptic world. There's no medicine that can get their heads back together.
Not after it's splattered into 1,000 pieces.
No. There's gonna be no Mecha Jaggy with a shotgun arm coming out of that opening. Like the Scots. Hey, say my name, bitch. What's my name?
Jaggy.
Yeah, there's no fucking Scotsman that's gonna come out with a machine gun leg out of that. The leg blown off. Not gonna happen.
Awesome, actually.
Speaking of Scotsman, Samurai Jack.
Oh,
hey, look at that
topic. That was good.
Hey,
a little applause there. That was good. I liked it.
Oh.
But you know what? Now that you brought it up, I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but I love the new Samurai Jack. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we've all been watching.
Last episode, and oh god, the references, the fan service. Oh.
Yeah, so much.
Great.
So much service. So much.
When she started doing the Jack improvised dance, I lost my mind. Dude. It was like,
Jack, Samurai Jack.
You know, it's funny. Obviously we could talk about how good the show is, but there's one little thing. I remember when I watched the first episode, there was one tiny little touch that just really sold it for me even more. It was just amazing. Can you guess what it was?
First episode.
Just from the first episode, it's with all of them, but it's just this tiny little thing that just was like, oh yeah, it's so good.
What, the opening or?
No.
The sound?
Well, I mean, yes, but I liked how, of course, they establish it. It's a darker Jack, but it's still kind of the same style. But right at the end, the closing theme is, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, same ending credits.
And the opening is, gotta get back.
Back to the past.
Yeah.
But it's been, I'm telling you, it's been so dark and everything's just perfect. I love how it just feels like it picked up right off where the other ones left off.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's dark, but it's not overly edgy. It wasn't until episode 5 where we started getting cursing and everything, and it wasn't excessive of it. It's not everyone's like, "Hey, bitch ass motherfucker, get your ass."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, and they kept Aku. I mean, it is kind of darker to an extent, but they kept Aku silly and ridiculous, which is great. They didn't change him too much, which I appreciated. Although he just kind of merge with the Scotsman. But
Well,
Dude,
not
was
finally though.
so freaked over that episode because I was on YouTube and there was this one channel I'm subscribed to that like has all the Toonami promos and everything.
Yeah.
And like one of their videos was just like Aku kills the Scotsman. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was like so pissed that I went to watch the episode. And I'm like, it's not gonna happen. No way. They're not gonna kill the Scotsman. Why the fuck would they kill the Scotsman? And then he dies. And I'm like, holy shit, they killed him. Why would they kill? I was getting pissed off. I'm like, okay, this season just fucked up. And like the ghost comes out. I'm like, oh, okay.
Celtic magic.
That's great. I love all his daughters. They're hilarious.
They
Yeah.
are.
That's so great.
Are those his daughters though? That's one question.
No, he says he says they
Like a
are.
white
He-
beard scenario. Scotsman must have gotten really busy, man.
Wait, I was like, you doubting his manliness? He's so manly.
Yeah, man,
Maybe
like
that's why he's
Scottish
the good
manly.
son,
Didn't say they were all, the same person.
I wanted to see if the wife is still alive. His wife is pretty badass too.
She was.
You know.
The monster.
I mean, yeah.
That's
I mean, they've done everything perfectly with the show. Honestly, I just can't give it enough praise.
I agree, man. Like, there are very few things I can say are, like, that close to perfection, but it's just so good.
Right. Maybe episode 5 and 4 weren't quite to the extent of 1, 2, and 6, but I want you because I think the episode 5 that was particularly rushed just felt like I don't know if anyone else felt like that. That's only I guess criticism I would say because she was traveling all over the place and like it was just boom, 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 boom. So I feel like maybe I think it's 12 episodes, right? For the 10 episodes or something.
10, I think.
Wasn't it 13? I mean, all the other seasons were like 13, weren't they?
I don't. Hold on. Let me look this
I'm
up.
pretty sure I heard that it was 10. Because at episode 5, I heard a couple people saying it's halfway mark, so I could be wrong, but I think it's 10 episodes. It just feels like at that point, we're getting a little rushed here with some of the things. Basically, it's so good, I want more of it, and I don't want it to end. But outside of that, I just...
Yeah, I guess I can see there's like a bit of rushing because like in the newest episode when like Jack was like in the graveyard about to like commit seppuku and all that.
Right.
Like the instant he turned from like wanting to kill himself to like life is good.
Right, yeah.
Well, it looks like it's just 10 episodes. We're like midway.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but, it's so good, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to enjoy everything.
Do you guys think that it's kind of, they don't know if they're going to be able to get into the season, so they'll wrap it up with this one, or if it's popular enough, they'll make another one?
I think they'll try to wrap it up here.
This season seems like it's going to be the be-all, end-all.
It's hard to say because like we'll see what the next couple episodes take us.
It seems like everything that's being set up right now is to gather up people to help defeat Aku. With the Scotsman, him with his line saying, we need to find Jack, and all the people meeting up with Ashi, and it seems like they're going to be recruited, and it just seems like they're not just showing everyone just for fan service alone. I feel like at the end of the series, everyone's going to team up. Everyone that Jack's helped, and maybe some other people are going to help team up to fight against Aku with the help of the Scotsman and everything like that. So,
I'm hoping since they remember to bring back all those other characters that it's more reassuring that they might bring back that Guardian from that one episode.
Oh, the Guardian, dude. They did reference.
Yeah, and then like the cool thing about that episode where he's like Jack's not ready yet, and you see a picture of Jack. He has like really red beard, and like Jack still has a beard. The shit hasn't come up, so I'm like, oh shit.
Well, keep in mind, where did he lose his sword in the fight against the Guardian? So maybe to get back his sword, he has to get through the Guardian. Maybe who knows? That would be cool. I don't know. I'm just fanboying over here. See what this is. It's in the name. I kind of have to. Contractually obligated. Yeah. Honestly, that was. This series has been so good that I almost was kind of mad when Jack didn't air that one week because it's fucking Rick and Morty, and I love Rick and Morty. So.
Yeah, I know. I remember I was really conflicted that day because I'm like, no Jack, no Dragon Ball Super dub. What the fuck? And then it's like Rick and Morty. I'm like, I understand. I want season 3. But like. You just put on hold something, like 2 things I've been waiting practically forever for. Hearing Dragon Ball dub again, and Samurai Jack, which, both of which I waited for long periods of time. I'm like, Rick and Morty, just fuck you, just wait in the corner. Just wait your turn, buddy. Wait your turn.
Oh, but yeah, that was a good episode too. So Szechuan sauce, man.
Oh yeah, that's where Hero started.
Yeah, ironic.
Is that right?
Yeah,
episode.
that was the first episode I ever saw Rick and Morty, which I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to do that, but I like what I saw.
You probably are really confused.
No, I like what I saw.
Hero, have you
Fucked up, Hero.
Won't watch any more of Rick and Morty, actually?
I'll plan to at some point.
Oh, you said it's really good.
Yeah, because to me, I just got this perspective that freaking that Rick is pretty.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty mad, especially with the way that episode ended. It was like, oh shit.
That's kind of a throwback to the first episode, actually.
Well, the whole point of the episode was, I mean, for so long, Rick has been kind of detached, kind of uncaring seeming individual, but I mean, there have been little hints that maybe he cares about his family, hints that, you know, he probably does care about Morty and things. And I think the whole point of the episode was to troll the fans and be like, show like instances where maybe he always his backstory. There's a tragic reason for why he's like this, but no, it's just a joke. Everything. So it was just kind of playing on the emotions of like, oh, Rick really does care after all. Oh wait, no, it's a lie. Oh, Rick did want to save his family at the end of the episode. Oh no, it's just for him to get the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
It's all about you know playing on expectation, and I loved it.
Yeah, because something gave me the impression that he looked like the type of character that has something to hide, or I don't know. It's like he's not letting you know who he really is. That was the feeling I was getting throughout the whole episode until the very end, where I saw him like unmasked in a slight.
There's a lot of mystery revolving around Rick. Man. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, that's one of the big draws of the series. Actually, is that mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we have, you know, the secret draw, which is the Szechuan sauce.
That's what it was all along. Yeah. The show plays on meaning and purpose a lot. Even like with the robot, it's like, what is my purpose? You pass butter. Oh my god. Yeah, join the club, buddy. That's so funny. I love that. That was great. There's so many good episodes. Honestly, Hero, you'll binge watch it once you start it.
Yeah, like once you get started, you'll finish that in like a couple days. You'll be fine.
Start with episode 1, although I will say episode 1 is one of the weaker ones, but it does introduce you to just the general concept.
Well, I'll tell you what, by Meeseeks, you'll be hooked.
Oh, Meeseeks.
Oh yeah, Mr. Meeseeks.
I'm Meeseeks, look at me. Still my favorite.
Yeah, that. Oh man, was it? I forgot the name of the episode. I think Rixie Business, the one with the worms that implant memories or whatever. That fucking Mr. Blue Butthole. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah,
that's a really good one. So many good ones, honestly. Even like Get Swifty's really good too.
Get Swifty. Oh yeah. Show me what you got. That's actually really good one too. I'm worshipping the thing that literally controls the freaking weather.
That's great. The other guys haven't done much for me lately. Yeah. Oh, that's great. In bird culture, that is considered.
Oh yeah. Bird guy.
Bird person.
Bird person. Oh god, bird person. He's just really awesome.
There's so many great characters, man.
I know. But
I'm squanching in here.
Squanch.
Oh, God. There's a lot of fun cameos. Like I don't know if you know, like there's some really funny cameos. Like I didn't realize Key and Peele was in one episode. They were in the time travel episode. They voiced characters.
No, Keith David was actually in a couple of.
He was in the Swifty episode. He was the president.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it's great.
That was great.
That was really good. Sure. Right up by Rick and Morty. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I dominated the conversation.
What was our next topic?
There was Logan, which I guess we can't do.
I can leave the call.
Underrated anime villains.
I'd be happy to leave the call if you guys want to talk about Logan.
But I haven't seen Logan either.
Then Hero would have to leave, and it'll just be.
That's fine. Just catch up, and we'll talk about it eventually, or whatever. Logan was great. Go see it. That's all you gotta know.
I'll watch it.
But underrated anime villains. That's a good topic. Let's see.
We did that like years ago, actually.
we have, but we can do another one. I mean, maybe there's
do it again. It's not like anyone watched the first one.
Oh, well, you could put a link to the old video too. Do you think there's promote it? Watch the old video. I mean,
since we can't talk about Logan, want to talk about some of the other movies coming out, the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy has ultimate hype, man.
Yeah, next. I think
I've heard mixed things, but then again, I don't get myself too caught up with the critics and whatnot. So I'm.
I watched this one reviewer that I usually go to, and he was just like, it was alright. And I'm like,
it's not Stuckman, it's the other guy he's talking about, right? The other guy, what's his name? Jeremy Johns, I think?
Jeremy Johns.
Yeah, I saw that review. I mean, it's Guardians. I'm going to enjoy it, but, we'll see.
It's
I'm more
Marvel.
excited for Thor, personally.
Thor Ragnarok should be pretty great, yeah.
I'm kind of in the minority where I actually enjoyed the Thor films, especially. I mean, the second one I enjoyed. It was good. I didn't see a problem with it.
I mean, to be fair, they're not bad movies, but I think most people would agree that Thor: Dark World is probably one of the weaker Marvel movies.
It is.
Yeah, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's weird.
I like the first Thor movie, and then the second one I thought was just alright. Like it was one of the forgettable ones, along with the first Captain America. But I don't know. I really gotta list them out.
Well, I mean, the Captain America movies are kind of interesting because I think Captain America is much like Thor in that he kind of got a rough start where people were very mixed about his movie. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but ever since Winter Soldier, his movies have just kind of dominated in terms of everyone's popularity. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to more. I mean, it all for the next Alien movie or no?
Oh yeah, Brady found about that earlier this week.
Because
that is.
The thing I didn't like. I'm always excited because I know it's Ridley Scott's doing it again, but I feel like we've gotten so far away from what made the original movie creepy because they've got the alien in full daylight CGI. I'm like, that's kind of a detriment right there.
Well, speaking of Alien, did you hear of a sci-fi movie called Life or something along those lines?
Yeah. It was kind of like The Thing, actually.
Is that out yet?
Yeah, that came out already.
Oh yeah, I think it came out. I was going to see it, but I wasn't sure. About it, so
because I only saw a snippet of a trailer where it's the scene where the guy is using his those experimental hands and he ends up breaking one of his fingers or something. Yeah, that scene.
Other movies.
You see it? Anyone see it yet? Or no?
I actually did not see it, but I was interested in it. I mean, I heard it was decent, but I didn't get around to it.
Yeah, can't say. I mean, who's in that? There's some names in there.
Oh, yeah, Ryan Reynolds was in it. I think Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal was in there.
Names, yeah.
Yeah, some big names.
There's this one movie that looked interesting. Colossal. You guys heard of that one? It's it kind of looks like a kaiju movie, but I think Anne Hathaway's the star of it, and she finds out that she could, when she goes outside, every time she moves this giant kaiju from across the world.
Oh yeah. That reminds me. Did anybody see Calm?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Which then?
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, it was alright.
I thought it was okay. I actually expected it to be a bit more action packed. But the end credit scene.
Yes. I'm telling you,
I got turned on, but
Well, just because I know why. Because you want more Godzilla.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
Second I heard that war,
Godzilla versus King Kong. Or something.
Yeah, man. Redo.
It's gonna happen, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
As long as it's better than Batman versus Superman.
Oh, shots fired again.
Yeah. That's a relevant topic. That's
talk about stuff that's been very.
Yeah, it's not too hard to beat.
Actually, no, not fully though, because any excitement for Wonder Woman or Justice League movie.
The thing with me though, I just really like superheroes, so I'm gonna see it anyways.
Me too.
I'm not sure if I'll enjoy it. I know my mom wants to see it because she grew up with a Wonder Woman TV show.
Well, look, I mean, I'll tell you this. I mean, this is what I have said. I don't know if I told you guys this, but whenever it comes to the DC movies, I mean, they failed me time and again.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know I'm a DC fanboy. So, but Wonder Woman looks good. It actually looks like it has some color for once. It's not fucking gray, you know? So, like, maybe it'll have some fun. It'll be decent. So, if they get this right, I think there's hope. But if Wonder Woman sucks, I'm done. I'm done. I'll stop saying I have hope.
You'll watch Justice League.
I mean, I will, but I'm
Justice League.
I'm gonna watch Justice League, but I'm not gonna want to.
That can be invested in it.
You're gonna sit in the theater like arms crossed, like I'm not gonna like this.
Because I'm sorry, tired of just getting disappointed with every movie. It's really irritating. But I hope Wonder Woman's good. Really, I actually think that one looks decent.
But you know what else is coming now?
What else?
Spider-Man.
Oh, well, all right. Okay.
Michael Keaton.
All right, well, Spider-Man. Okay, I actually am excited for Spider-Man, but only for a really random reason. Can anybody guess?
Michael Keaton.
Okay, Hero's on the right track. You see, that Spider-Man movie looks like every Spider-Man redo we've seen before. It's all the same basic stuff. I'm sure it'll be good. Marvel's in the hands. It'll be fine. But it's got my favorite supervillain in it.
The Vulture.
Yes. Vulture played by Michael Keaton. Yeah, I mean, like, that's awesome. So,
it's just an inside joke, like, playing
Birdman.
Birdman. Yeah, that's like...
He lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Yes.
Really? Yes.
Yeah. Oh God, because he's that. Oh, that's great. That's great. But no, yeah, I think Michael Keaton's a great actor. He'll be a good villain, and I've always kind of liked the Vulture for some reason. So, that's the only real reason I'm excited for it. But otherwise, I'm sure it'll be a good Spider-Man movie. You know, I think the new kids seem pretty good. What do you guys think about him?
Well, see, I know people were like hyping the fuck out of him in Civil War. I'm like, I only seen him for like 10 minutes. People were like, he's the best Spider-Man ever. I'm like, oh, calm down.
10 minutes.
I think he's got the witty banter down a little bit. You know, that aspect of his character. He's got, that going for him. Like, I don't feel like his lines are forced, like when he's like just being goofy and,
And he's also got that hot Aunt May.
Yeah, no, that's the best part.
See, I think it makes sense though, because she is Aunt May, not Grandma May.
Hey, she could be. Look, no one's gonna support me on this. Kira's laughing over it, but I say you gotta stick true to the comics. And Aunt May is old. Don't. It's so wrong. So wrong.
Because, like, to me, I always questioned that as a kid. I'm like, I have aunts too, but they're never like. They don't look like my grandparents. They're like they're around the same age as my parents.
Yeah, same thing here.
If you read the comics, though, like the thing was, his parents, were actually like there was just a bigger gap because like they were like the last kid they had in the family, so that's why Uncle Ben was much older, basically. So, that's why. I mean, it's not completely beyond the most unrealistic stuff, but it happens. It's just.
It's probably not going to happen because I highly doubt they're going to do the whole entire flashback scene. But I was kind of hoping, like, if Aunt May was old, that Uncle Ben could be like Stan Lee.
Yo.
Wow.
Especially since like this is supposedly going to be Stan Lee's last cameo.
Well, that makes sense. Well, he's really old now.
Yeah, they're saying like can't even read comic books anymore. I'm like, that's tragic.
Wow. I can't even read comic books anymore.
Yeah, you can't read.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, that's terrible. Stan, no. But
so yeah, what about you, Merlin? What do you think? Other than the Vulture, are you expecting too much from this, or you just think it's gonna be just another, remake, whatever?
I think it's gonna be
Iron Man in it.
but no, Iron Man's in it. I think honestly, I liked the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but I understand that maybe he wasn't the best Peter Parker for everybody. I think because it's in Marvel Studios' hands, completely without any hype or anything, I think this could be the best interpretation of Spider-Man potentially. I do. I just kind of wish that he was out of high school because in the comics, Spider-Man's been out of high school for 40 years, so I kind of tired of them putting him back in high school every movie. But other than that, I'm sure it'll be fine.
yeah, an Amazing Spider-Man, was he still in high school or is he in college?
He is an adult. He's like 30.
No, an Amazing Spider-Man.
I
thought he went to school.
No, in the Amazing Spider-Man, yeah, he's still in high school. That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like, I remember
surprising.
the original Spider-Man movies. He was a man.
You I'd gotten to college. Yeah, he was like in his early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he got a job. He was getting married.
Yeah, I mean, like, and they just keep putting him back because I guess they want to keep reaching that lower demographic. But I mean, I feel like if you make him an older character, you're not going to lose too many people. I don't know what's up with that.
Maybe just to kind of diversify the Avengers. You know
Yeah, you're right. There's a bunch
I guess he could be the youngest Avenger.
Right.
Because I was gonna say, I don't think the age thing would like affect kids. Because like everyone loves Batman. Batman's like a middle-aged dude.
Right.
Batman's an old man.
He is. It's like 40.
It's actually kind of surprising how Spider-Man animated series actually had him like, as a full adult from the beginning.
I know, that's why it's my favorite version, because he was like 22 at the start. He was in college and he was ripped. He was a big dude.
Yeah, but see, I always still question that. Why is he still getting bullied?
He's
like,
getting...
Parker, what a nerd. I'm like, how is that a nerd? He looks like a model.
No, he gets bullied because of those sweaters, those bad 90s sweaters.
Those green, white, and purple.
Oh, God.
I feel like anyone else was doing any better.
Yeah, Parker, you suck. Your ass.
Like, excuse me? Dude looks like he's a football champ.
Yo, Flash Thompson, why are you still wearing your high school blazer?
I know, right? It's college.
Yeah.
Can't get over that phase, man.
Footballer.
Oh, man. But yeah, you're right. I think it'll be pretty good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
To me, my favorite Spider-Man movies are still like the original Sam Raimi ones.
Oh, really?
Not the third one, but like.
Not the third one. I wonder why.
I mean, I don't think it's like as. I haven't read it. I haven't watched that in like a long time. I don't think it was as bad as so many people were saying it was. At least I don't. But I definitely know the first two.
Yeah.
And I always did like Tobey Maguire as Spider. He always felt like a bigger part.
I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
He was like a dirty-looking guy. I'm like, yeah, that's Peter. That's Peter. It's like Andrew Garfield. I'm like, no, man.
Yeah, he's too handsome. Fuck it.
Yeah, he's
Too
too
pretty.
Too pretty to be like a nerd.
He's not a nerd.
Yeah,
He's
I'm like,
not
you
a
be with the
nerd.
cool kids, man. You're not getting
Kids put glasses on and be like, yeah, I'm nerdy.
No. What you are is
then, like, when
hipster
you
and
put on
your
the glasses,
skateboard.
you look like a hipster.
Yeah, and the skateboard too. I mean, like, look at me, I'm so hip.
To me, I don't know. And like the new guy, I guess, kids these days.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, you got a good hairdo, a good face, a glasses, skateboard, and a hot blonde girlfriend. I mean, nerd, sure.
Sure.
I'm like, what are these bullies' expectations, man? You need to be like a billionaire that like fucks 1,000 a day.
They got some high standard of bullying, yeah.
What you thought about Iron Fist? So,
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright.
Hold your excitement.
I mean,
Could have been better.
it was dragging its feet for like most of it, man.
Yeah,
I liked the villain. I liked what was his name? Faramir from Lord of the Rings. I mean, I liked him. But I liked the mystery. I mean, I liked the main character, but they were holding back.
I don't know. I didn't even like the main character that much. He came off as kind of whiny at some points.
I mean, he was kind of quirky. He was kind of funny, but like.
Not even quirky, but like every time he's just like, I'm the Iron Fist, I can do this, and then he gets his shit wrecked on my voice.
Well,
I'm the
look,
Iron Fist, I'm the ultimate weapon.
the point is the big thing that it was missing was the main draw of the show, superhero action, and
there was missing a lot of that.
a lot of it.
I mean, the one episode I did enjoy was the one where he kind of had one up against like those people, like the hand against the different members of the hand, like one chick, the one, you know what I'm saying, with the poison. Like that was a good episode.
See,
Good
going into
quality.
Iron Fist, I was hoping for this to be like the fun one, where
No.
it's gonna be dark and it was gonna be like a kung fu action movie. I was hoping for it to be like that, and then I got like severely disappointed.
I mean, they've all been kind of dark on the Netflix series, to be honest.
I mean, see, no, I don't mind that because like all of them kind of made sense.
I don't know if I'm the only one, Merlin, but I was getting an Arrow vibe from Lisa.
Yeah, like abandoned, on the island, come back. Oh, this is my company. Got people.
Exactly, I was getting that vibe.
Yeah, look, they were copying off the Hero.
Tomatoes.
I know that's based. That's a story. I know that's the story is, but
No, you're
I
right.
would say like the two friends of his. I just shit about either of the two people.
think about his sidekick lady?
She was great. She was actually the best part of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty cool. But yeah, right.
Also a Game of Thrones actor.
Yes. But I would say honestly, I thought it was fine. I don't think it was as horrible. I think people slammed it because of the racial stuff, but Iron Fist is white, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's not why it was that great.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
And I only see kind of a question too. So like, if he was Asian, is that going to change people's like? It was the same show, but the main character was Asian.
No, it would still be the same show, but people
would complain that they're stereotyping.
Yeah,
It's like
and win. Just can't please people, man.
and that's the problem with a lot of things now is people care more about getting representation than actually just making a good story.
Exactly.
Like, oh man, we'll go up in arms if like in Ghost in the Shell. Like, oh man, if she's not Asian, that's the biggest problem. No, the biggest problem is making a good story based on the anime. It would be great if she's got an Asian actress, but that's kind of a minor thing, in comparison to
as long as like the race or ethnicity doesn't really define or make the character, it's fine. Like obviously you can't make Luke Cage white, obviously.
No.
Him being black is part of his character, but for other characters, if you're going to change the no one really bitched about Nick Fury.
No,
I mean, because Nick Fury.
Right, yeah, my thing is like if you make a character, like you have like an assumption of how a character is made based on the comics or the source material, right? And if they're not made that, if they're not that character's color, I wouldn't care. But I mean, it's just the fact that people obsess over it. That it's just such a big aspect of like many of these people probably don't even read comics or even care about these characters. They just want to have something to complain about. It's just something. It just seems like a superficial complaint. It doesn't seem like it's from a genuine place.
It is a superficial complaint.
Real complaints are just like, some of the pacing was weird. Could have been more superhero action. Action could have been better too, considering.
Yeah, I agree. The choreography was not very great. I mean, considering
when compared to Daredevil, it's just like
or even the Luke Cage fights were pretty great compared to.
They weren't bad. Yeah, they weren't
lacking. The more it's like smash it up.
Yeah, but they had a little bit more excitement to them as well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like the Iron Fist fights. They felt very.
You would think that would be the best show for the fights because you
think that's what they put all the effort into, and then I forgot. Like there was this one scene. I saw some other video critic talk about it. Like when he's fighting that security guard with the knife in that one office.
Yeah.
There was so many cuts in that fight. And it's like why? And then he was getting by that guard too. That guard put up like a really crazy fight with him.
Yeah, with Iron Fist. Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was watching it. Like,
aren't you supposed to be the ultimate weapon?
Well, to be fair, he's clearly not where he needs to be in terms of.
Yeah, I know, like training wise,
he just got like the Iron Fist, but but like a security guard, like you're trained by fucking monks and stuff, and you're taking out 30 people in one episode, and you're losing to a security guard guy.
It wasn't like security guard was some like hand commander.
Right.
Just your average Joe.
Kicking his butt.
I'm like, ooh, it must have been the off day, man. Must have forgot the morning stretch. I don't know.
Yeah, you forgot. Pull the muscle.
Pull the muscle.
That was an iron muscle, yeah.
They need to be more iron fisting, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God,
no.
Well, if you remember correctly from our D&D sessions, that was actually Zoro's character's signature move in the Berserk game.
Yeah, so we had the D&D game, and my character was a monk. And basically, his finishing move is to punch you through the anus.
Every time.
Yeah.
And that's how they took down the final villain in that one.
A couple times, actually.
You fucked my family, now I'll fuck your ass.
Prepare for the iron anus.
Oh, yes. That was the ultimate villain for the Iron Fist.
Feel the power of the dragon.
Oh, God. That's how you know it's a fan of call.
It's been good. It's been good talking to you guys. It's been a while. We got to do this more often, a little more consistency, and I'm part of that too, of course. If you guys have any topics in the comments that you want to have us discuss or anything that you want to see from us, let us know.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. It's Merlin the Mighty, and Zoro fanbase, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say bye here.
Goodbye.
Say bye, Falcon.
Bye.
All right. So enthusiastic. It's really
adios, amigos.